I'm going to show you guys 3 X factors that can really take your defense to the next level. And as always, thank you to EA for sponsoring this video. Now, one of the most important aspects you can have on your defense in Madden 24 is an elite superstar X factor pass rusher like TJ Watt, who right here looks like he belongs in a boy band like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. Most of you guys probably watching this are like 12 and have school tomorrow morning, so maybe that's not a good comparison because you're like, K-Mac, what are you talking about? Who the is in sync. But Unstoppable Force is undoubtedly the best X factor to use on your pass rushers, whether you're using a nose tackle like Quinnen Williams or Chris Jones or an outside edge rusher like TJ Watt. It really makes no difference. Unstoppable Force is the way to go. And we're going to break down how exactly we activate this X factor in just a second, but we're also going to go over the best abilities to actually rack up some sacks so we can activate that X factor. We're going with edge threat in the first slot. We're going with under pressure to force errant throws even if we don't actually make contact with the quarterback after we shed a blocker. And a little pro tip right here, pass committed is actually a CFM specific ability. You won't find it in Madden Ultimate Team or regs, but if you pass commit, you're gonna get a guaranteed shed almost every single time. And of course we need that fluke. So if we actually get to the quarterback, force a throw out a sack, pick artist is a beautiful ability because it basically guarantees we're gonna catch the tip pick. We're always trying to get lucky in Madden. And now that TJ Watt is finally glowing orange, I'm going down on the right stick as soon as the ball snapped. I'm plowing through this poor left tackle who has no idea what's about to come after him. Bang! Oh, TJ Watt. Oh, go get him. Now, honestly, that actually kind of did fire me up. Like, I'm playing first myself, but like I don't know, that was just awesome. Like, and if you enjoy plowing dudes as much as I do I mean, there's no better X factor in the game than Unstoppable Force. Now, the second X factor you have to use in Madden 24, especially on your DBs, is universal coverage.
I'm gonna tell y'all this: universal coverage is the best X factor. You gotta have it. Why? Because you get all the man knockouts and all the zone knockouts for nothing, just for getting the X factor. It's by far the best. No other X factor, you get everything in one like universal coverage.
Now, universal coverage, in my opinion, it's easily the best defensive X factor. It is, if you can activate it, it is outside shade, inside shade, one step ahead, short route KO, medium route KO, deep route KO, flat zone KO, mid zone KO, and deep out zone KO. It is 9 abilities built into one X factor at once. It literally knocks every ball out if they make any type of contact anywhere on the field. It's going to limit, if you man them up on somebody, it's going to limit a wide receiver's ability to actually get separation. It's actually insane. Now, my recommended abilities for a souped up cornerback like Jalen Ramsey, it would depend on whether or not you personally run man or a lot of zone coverage. Personally, I'm a zone guy. I go with flat zone KO, deep out zone KO, mid zone KO, and then pick artist, which helps you catch those picks. Pretty self-explanatory right there. You could also sub out mid zone KO for acrobat diving animations. This is super nice, and it can really catch a lot of people off guard. If you run man coverage, one step ahead, deep route KO, medium route KO, and short route KO is definitely the way to go. I don't know how anybody would ever get open against Jalen Ramsey with these abilities and man coverage. So right now we have Jalen Ramsey manned up with Waddle. His X factor is not active. Let's just see how open Waddle gets versus Jalen Ramsey in one-on-one coverage. I mean, you guys can see right there. I mean, I got instantly sacked, but Jalen Waddle beat Jalen Ramsey by numerous steps. And now that Jalen Ramsey's universal coverage is active, let's go ahead and run back the same route with the same player and see if we can notice a difference in separation right here. We'll notice that the KO works as well. You guys can see this time, Jalen Ramsey is all over Waddle. It's actually an interception, and even if we gave like a better pass lead there and put it in front of Waddle, Jalen Ramsey is knocking that out every single time. You guys can see right here, I mean, just draped around him, no separation whatsoever. Universal coverage is absolutely insane on defense. I should also mention that the way you activate it is by forcing incompletions, 2 of them to be exact. They don't have to be consecutive. And then if you get an interception with him as well, that actually activates the X factor too. Now, the last X factor we're going to cover here might be the most fun of any of them. It's avalanche. And basically, if you run downhill and smack someone in the face, they are guaranteed to fumble every single time. Now, the one nuance with Avalanche is only linebackers get it. Big hitters like Jamal Adams and Derwin James at safety unfortunately don't. In Ultimate Team, they probably eventually will at some point in the year. They definitely don't get it off the rip. You actually have to be a 95 overall run stopper to even unlock it in CFM, and that's because it's pretty dang overpowered. But the abilities that we're going to put on Fred Warner right here is Film Study, which basically shows us the offensive play art if our opponent is cheesing and running the same offensive play multiple times in the same quarter. Pick Artist to catch those picks because, I mean, obviously we're going to be using Fred Warner. Flat Zone KO to knock out those underneath passes, and then Lurker so our linebackers actually animate. Safeties jump a lot higher, but this ability right here allows our linebackers to do exactly the same. Dude, I'm in franchise just to like show abilities, and dudes are sending me trades. Like, what is this trade offer, bro? What? The Vikings, the Texans are offering me a 30-year-old. That guy belongs in a retirement home. I mean, Bobby Wagner, 91 overall for Javon Kinlaw and draft picks. I'm getting a little sidetracked right now, excuse me. All right, dude, we got really, that was the third and final one. You just get ran over. There we go, Fred. That's what I'm talking about, man. I always have faith in you. Everybody else was doubting you, not me, though. All right, we have the Avalanche activated. It's got to be downhill. Can't be side to side. I'm standing way up here. I'm inviting the run. I'm coming downhill, and I'm... Well, I mean, I guess you have to actually land the hit stick. Let's try this one more time. Come on, McCaffrey. Me and you, buddy. Me and you, buddy. Oklahoma drill. Come on, Fred. That's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, there isn't a better X Factor, a more exciting X Factor in the game than Avalanche. I mean, it's hard to get. 3 hit stick tackles. I don't even, like, that's hard. That's really difficult to get, and for good reason. I mean, it forces a guaranteed turnover every single time. But like I said, what's better than taking somebody's head off in Madden? I love a good hit stick. I love a good forced fumble, and I don't know anybody who doesn't. But yeah, those are my recommended abilities and my top 3 X Factors on defense for Madden 24. Let me know in the comments below what abilities, what X Factors you guys are planning on using, and let's just have a great year, fellas.